Deafening hail so powerful that it broke through one woman's windows and poured water onto her floor. These storms caused a lot of damage in many neighborhoods overnight.
Gosh, feel for that family. You can see why here. The hail, the size of baseballs, maybe even larger in some areas. We've been getting pictures, phone calls, videos pouring into our newsroom overnight from you guys. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Rebecca Hager.
I'm Adam Atchison. This is a lot for people to wake up to. 11 is your breaking weather leader. We were the only station to cover these storms live on Facebook overnight. Calls just pouring into our newsroom, as Rebecca said. We got a lot of pictures from all of you.
So we want to start off this hour by checking in with our meteorologist, Emily Roller, to take a look at the situation. Pretty much over, right?
Pretty much over. We are seeing those storms moving out into the plains, but it left behind a big mess for a lot of us this morning. Here's a look at what some people were dealing with overnight. This is a hailstone the size of a palm. This was sent in from Kelly around Security Widefield, causing a lot of damage. We have dented gutters, roofs damaged. We have a lot of reports of windows broken in, as well as car windshields really damaged because of all of this hail that we saw overnight. Now here's a look at our live Doppler radar. Things are quiet across southern Colorado, and these storms from overnight well out into the eastern plains, but it really bullseyed the south end of the spring, Security, Fort Carson, and Fountain with that large hail through the overnight hours. As we head out the door this morning, though, things are quiet, things are clearing up. Monument, there's that view from our Tri-Lakes Health Pavilion camera this morning. Sun just starting to come up. 56 degrees as you're heading out the door. 63 now in the spring, 67 for Pueblo. We're at 54 in Monument and 51 now for Woodland Park. Through the morning, we're going to keep things pretty quiet, but once we get up to the afternoon, we're starting to see an increase in clouds. That's ahead of a storm chance working in later today for the Springs. Pueblo, you're going to see that as well. This morning, expect sunshine and a warm up taking us to the mid-80s by noon. At that point, you can expect clouds to begin to build, and those storms are on the way a little bit later. I'll let you know when to expect the stormy weather coming up in just a little bit. For now, we'll send things over to Jordan with a check of traffic.
All right, thanks so much, Emily. We'll check in live here on I-25 through downtown Colorado Springs. Pavement is drying out after those overnight storms into the early morning hours. We don't have any crashes to report today, but I want you to keep in mind on our traffic maps, you might see a little bit of minor slowing here throughout Fountain and maybe into Security and Widefield, just because we have those hail damage basically everywhere from Security out to Widefield and even down to Fountain. We have some broken glass we're dealing with, some leftover hailstones certainly along the roadways, some downed limbs and debris as well. Watch out for that on your morning drive today. For live traffic updates, you can also check into our 11 Breaking Weather app. Download that for free on the go this morning.
All right, thanks so much. 6:03 now, continuing our coverage here. People across southern Colorado are waking up to a lot of damage after severe storms overnight.
11 News reporter Kyla Gaylor is joining us live near North Santa Fe Avenue and Mesa Drive in Fountain. That was really ground zero for a lot of this, Kyla.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, almost all of these cars on this street have some sort of damage. The people in the area are waking up, assessing it all. They're taking pictures, which you absolutely should do if you have any type of damage on your property. Like I said, a lot of the cars, they're totaled. Like this white car here, the entire back windshield is just smashed out. And the crazy thing is there's even still hail inside of the back seat. And it's a similar scene just a few miles away on Candlelight Drive. Check out this man's car. The back window is also gone, and so is his sunroof. There's even parts of the car laying in the street. It just shows you how powerful this storm was. And the lawns in the area, they look like they got a fresh coat of snow, but really it's just all hail. And I talked to one of the homeowners on that street who says she's never seen anything like this.
Before we knew it, we looked down at the ground and there's like softball size. I actually saved one of them because I've never seen anything like it before. So this is actually the size of the hail that we were picking up out of our yard.
It can be very overwhelming for people looking at all of this damage this morning. And it's not just cars. We know a lot of homes were badly damaged as well. So coming up at 6:30, we'll have a live interview talking to some of the other homeowners on this street about some of the damage they have this morning. Reporting live in Fountain, Kyla Gaylor, KKTV 11 News.
Kyla, and I am sure that this is so frustrating for people who are now, as you said, taking pictures, calling their insurance companies. We feel for them. Thanks.
Yeah, calls are going to be pouring into them this morning. I know Kyla mentioned a lot of damage to homes that she's going to be featuring here soon, but many of the pictures that we're getting tell the story through what happened to vehicles. Joni sent us this picture into our newsroom. This is from the Fountain area. You see the cracked windshield there? That's probably, the car is probably undrivable at this point, right? And it wasn't just her vehicle that was hit. She also sent pictures from inside her home. You can see the hail shattered her windows. And Brandon sent us another picture of the damage that the hail did to his patio furniture. He lives in the Fountain area. If you have any damage in your area, we're encouraging you to send pictures to our newsroom. You can post them to our Facebook page or email them to our newsroom as well, and that contact information is on our website at KKTV.com. We do have some more news to get to this morning. There are other headlines, but we are going to be staying on top of this all morning long. So for weather updates, download the 11 News Breaking Weather app and stay with 11 News this morning.
Busy night overnight. We are staying on top of this 11 breaking news alert as well. Firefighters are keeping an eye on a grass fire near the Ray Nixon Power Plant and PPIR. We're told it is contained. It burned about 5 acres. No homes are threatened at this time, and we're still working on hearing on a cause. We are also working to get some more information about this. We'll let you know just as soon as we do.
Time is 6:06. This is developing. A driver's in some serious trouble this morning after police say he caused a crazy crash in a local neighborhood. Officers say they were going after a domestic violence suspect when he swiped a city bus and then crashed into a tree. That happened yesterday in a neighborhood near I-25 and South Academy in the Springs.
So there is one male suspect in custody. He was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
The suspect arrested is Jeremy Lamb. The driver and passenger on board the city bus are doing okay. As we mentioned, staying on top of that 11 breaking weather alert this morning, pictures continue to pour into our newsroom from the overnight hailstorm. Maybe it woke you up because I know the rain was pretty heavy in the Colorado Springs metro area too.
Yeah, we just heard from the National Weather Service. Our meteorologist Emily Roller just sent us this. Could have been the worst hailstorm in El Paso County in 20 plus years, at least overnight hailstorm. We're going to be covering this throughout your morning. Details when we come back.
11 News viewers, phone calls and messages have just poured into our newsroom overnight. Kelly sent us this photo of hail that barely fit into her hand. That would fall into the category of 2 inches or larger, I would think. Yeah. She says that both of her cars lost their front and rear windshields outside. The skylight, you were talking about that in her bathroom, that's completely broken, and her gutters are bent. This is going to be really tough, and your hearts go out to a lot of people who are dealing with this morning. We spoke with one woman live on 11 News earlier in the morning who, she was almost in tears because there's just so much to deal with. It's overwhelming. But all of this happening in the Security Widefield area, which is where that photo came from. Lisa sent us these pictures of hail next to some rocks from her flower bed. That proves they're pretty large there too. So we want to thank everybody who's helping us tell this weather story. It's very important. You can continue to submit your pictures on our Facebook page or through email. The contact information is at KKTV.com.
We want to go to a live picture now from Security Widefield area if we can see what that's looking like as the sun comes up this morning. A lot of people are out and about taking pictures, calling their insurance companies because they have, there it is, that damage right through the windshields of cars, damaging roofs, skylights. So people are up this morning, maybe taking off the day of work because they've got to deal with all this stuff. We're going to continue to cover it throughout the day. We'll have more live reports from our reporter Kyla Gaylor coming up in just a moment.
1/4 past the hour here at 6 o'clock. We'll be right back.